One of the things that you'll notice about ES6 is it tries to make us write short code as developers. So in this video, we shall be going over object literals. My name is Kelvin, and I am a software developer based in Nairobi, Kenya. And my goal is to help you go through technical documentations so that you may have an understanding of the tools that you're working with. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. All the links that will be mentioned in this video will be available in the description section. Let us jump right in. Before we take a look at object literals, let us get some things out of the way. I am using VS Code as my editor, and I would recommend, if you are using the same editor, you install the Quokka.js extension. And what this extension enables me to do is to log values at runtime directly in my editor. If you don't have VS Code, you can still follow along using the browser console. So before ES6, the way to define an object was basically to have a key and a value. So I have an object called profile, and I have multiple keys, and I'm passing in values. But what ES6 came to do, and you will notice this, is to shorten this code. So if the name of a variable that is being passed into an object is the same as the key, you can essentially get rid of the key. And also for city, you can also get rid of that. And you can see that it evaluates to the name of the variable, and the values are also passed in correctly. So that is very short code, very easy to read and very easy to understand. ES6 also introduced computed property names. But before we look at ES6, let us look at how we used to do it previously. So for computed property names, let us say I have an empty object called profile, and I wanted to pass in the value of name or a different name. So I'll have profile. Let me use the value stored in city as my computed property. Then it will be equal to Kenya. And you can see that it evaluates the property to Nairobi and the value to Kenya. So that is how we used to do it previously. We can still use it currently, still valid. But one beautiful thing that was introduced in ES6 is we can do this directly in the object. So instead of doing it on a separate line, we can actually go to the object and evaluate it directly. And I don't know about you, but that is really neat. We can even pass another variable here. And that is really neat. So that is how we handle computed properties in ES6. One final thing that we need to take a look at is shorthand method names. So previously in JavaScript, when it came to defining functions on an object, we had to use the function, the property name, then the function. So I'll have maybe a function called start, and I will have to evaluate it to a function. And we can call that function. And you can see that it log started. So this is a lot of code that we are writing. And what was introduced in ES6, we can essentially get rid of the function keyword and the column, full column, and that evaluates to the same. We can also use computed values to define a function. One interesting thing to note is, in case you have a function that is not following the properly defined method of defining a function, it will also work. Let's say you have a poorly defined function of a string. Start again. The beautiful thing is it will also be evaluated to a function. And let us return Start again. And the way we access this is by using the square bracket. So instead of the dot syntax, we can evaluate that to reference the function. And that also works as expected. If you have found value in this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. All the links that have been mentioned in this video will be available in the description section. Thank you and see you soon.